What's up nerds, Zach the Goblin here. It's time again to make a video about everyone's favorite topic, or at least the algorithm's favorite topic, Warhammer 40k Primarchs. But this time it's going to be a little different. This video isn't necessarily about the Primarchs directly, but rather the Primarchs in relation to you. I am setting out to answer the question what your favorite Primarch says about you, and what type of person would like each Primarch. Now this may sound familiar because I did the slander edition of this a few weeks ago. In that video, I talked about all the negative things your favorite Primarch said about you. But today, we are going to do the other end of the coin and talk about all the good, or at least neutral things, your favorite Primarch says about you. More of a nice edition. Let me know your assumptions about people based on their favorite Primarch in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz for more Warhammer 40k content, as it really does help the channel out, and I do appreciate it. Okay, with that out of the way, it's Goblin time. Okay, going in order as always, we are starting with the Primarch of the Dark Angels, Lion L. Jonson. Let's start with the obvious. If your favorite Primarch is the Lion, you're really good at keeping secrets. And beyond that, people trust you with serious responsibility. You're willing to do what needs to be done, even when others sometimes aren't. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is you get things done, but you let your results speak for themselves. You don't boast or brag. Completing your task is its own reward. Oh, and you probably have a huge hog. Totally unrelated, but yes, the Lion is my favorite Primarch. But anyways, moving on. Okay, next up we have the Primarch of the Emperor's Children, Fulgrim. If Fulgrim's your favorite Primarch, you have impeccable taste. Whether that be in fashion, music, food, you are refined. And because of this, naturally, you're quite frequently the center of attention. But that's okay because, to be fair, that's probably where you belong. You're the type of person that strives to be the best at everything that they do, constantly looking for ways to improve yourself. But you have to remind yourself not to be too focused on the end goal and learn to just enjoy the process. Okay, that leads us to the Primarch of the Iron Warriors, Perturabo. If your favorite Primarch is Perturabo, I'm gonna say the same thing as I did in the slander edition of this video. You're extremely spiteful, but this time in a good way. Let me explain. You have a spiteful urge to be better, to prove yourself, to prove every naysayer wrong. You wield your spite like a weapon. You have a single-minded dedication. You will bash your head against a problem until you solve it. And make no mistake, you will solve it. Now, there are definitely easier ways to solve your problems, but easy has never been your way. Long is the way, and hard, that leads out of hell and up to light. You don't dwell on what could have been, as you can't change the past. You just keep moving forward. And finally, you are extremely intelligent, if a bit underappreciated at times. Next, we have the Primarch of the White Scars, Jaghatai Khan. If your favorite Primarch is the Khan, you're probably really chill. You're a free spirit and you like to go with the flow. You probably value freedom more than status or approval. You like to go with the flow, but that shouldn't be misunderstood as not caring about things. You don't make any big life decisions without really thinking it through. You endeavor to see past how things may appear on the surface before you commit to anything. I would say the phrase, "cooler heads prevail," perfectly describes you. Okay, next up we have the Primarch of the Space Wolves, Leman Russ. If your favorite Primarch is the Wolf King, you're probably fun to be around, especially in a party situation. You definitely know how to have a good time. And moreover, you also know how to facilitate others having a good time with you. To people that don't really know you, you might seem a bit abrasive. Maybe even a bit simple. With that being said though, you're much smarter and more complex than people give you credit for. Because of this, you are frequently underestimated in that regard. But to your friends, the people that see past this veneer, who have earned your trust and respect, you are fiercely loyal. Next up, we have the Primarch of the Imperial Fists, Rogal Dorn. If the Praetorian of Terra is your favorite Primarch, you are probably dependable and emotionally stable. Now, you might also just be emotionally reserved, but either way, you're not one to let your emotions control your actions. But you're not without emotions. You're just more the type to show your love through actions instead of words. You are known to be steadfast, and are definitely a person that everyone would want around in a crisis situation. Okay, that leads us to the Primarch of the Night Lords, Konrad Curze. If the Night Haunter is your favorite Primarch, you probably enjoy dark fiction and psychological horror. This is what I mentioned earlier, where some of this is just going to be neutral. You have a strong sense of justice. It really bothers you when bad people get away without their rightful punishment.
You can't keep getting away with it!
You're also potentially a goth baddie, and we all appreciate a goth baddie. But I digress. Moving on. Next up, we have the Primarch of the Blood Angels, Sanguinius. If Sanguinius is your favorite Primarch, you are kind, empathetic, and realistically, everyone loves you. Or at least you have no issues getting along with everyone. You are probably the emotional glue of your friend group, the one they turn to whenever they need to talk about something that's bothering them. You are a bit self-sacrificing, which could be a detriment to yourself, but everyone around you respects you for it. Next up, we have the Primarch of the Iron Hands, Ferrus Manus. If the Gorgon is your favorite Primarch, you can find the good in anything. Everything has value to you. Someone might say to you, "Oh, I don't really like this." And then you would turn to them and say, "It's not so bad. It's pretty cool because of X, Y, and Z." You value being dependable over being popular. Oh, and you're not one to lose your head over things.
So no head?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Next up, we have the Primarch of the World Eaters, Angron. If the Red Angel is your favorite Primarch, let's be honest, you're probably jacked. Or at least you're working towards achieving that status. You like to go to the gym. You take it personally when other people aren't treated fairly, or if their autonomy is taken away from them. You're the type of person who respects raw honesty more than politeness. You are emotionally simple, but in a good way. You protect your people, lift heavy things, and don't tolerate bullshit. Okay, that leads us to the Primarch of the Ultramarines, Roboute Guilliman. If Bobby G-Man is your favorite Primarch, you are organized, responsible, and reliable. You're the type of person who has a plan for any situation. You probably visualize yourself in bad situations, just in case it were to happen, so you're ready. Like, you're in the shower and you start to think, man, what if I was on a boat and it started to sink? What would I do? And then you start planning it out in your head. Oh, I do this, and then that. Oh no, that wouldn't work. I should do this. You know, that kind of thing. Or you have hypothetical arguments with people that you know you would disagree with, even though you know that topic isn't going to be brought up, but if it ever is, you're ready. And finally, you're a jack of all trades. Now, that might not be as flashy as being the best at anything, but who needs to be the best at anything when you could still be excellent at everything? Next, we have the Primarch of the Death Guard, Mortarion. If Mortarion is your favorite Primarch, you have a strong constitution. You have probably been through the ringer, but have come out the other end tougher and stronger for it. What might make others shy away or quit, you take in stride. You really identify with the phrase, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." Okay, now we have the Primarch of the Thousand Suns, Magnus the Red. If the Crimson King is your favorite Primarch, you have a strong thirst for knowledge. But that knowledge doesn't necessarily have to have a purpose or function. You just value knowledge for knowledge's sake. You love books and deep conversations. You love watching lore YouTube videos. The longer and more in-depth, the better. I'm guessing you particularly enjoy Vadi's Bloodborne videos. Now, I don't really have a good reason for that. It just feels right in my heart. Oh, and you absolutely think you could fix anything and everything if given the chance. Okay, next we have the Primarch of the Luna Wolves and Sons of Horus, Horus Lupercal. If the War Master is your favorite Primarch, you have loads of charisma, and you are an expert at reading the room. People naturally look to you for guidance. You would make a great manager or team leader, if you aren't already one, that is. Oh, and you're bald, but it's actually really cool because you've realized that having hair is cringe, and you've ascended to a higher plane of being. You've realized that being bald is optimal. And contrary to popular belief, the women love it. At least that's what your significant other tells you. "No, dear, I love your smooth head. I can't even imagine you with hair at this point." And then you just look in the mirror and go, hell yeah. Or at least that's how I imagine it would go. Next up, we have the Primarch of the Word Bearers, Lorgar. If your favorite Primarch is the Aurelian, you are spiritual and deeply reflective. You are constantly searching for truth and meaning in your life and the universe as a whole. You are a soft-spoken philosopher type, deeply introspective and very emotionally aware. You have a strong desire to help people around you feel understood, and because of that, like an earlier Primarch, but I would say more so in this case, you're the friend that people open up to most about their problems. And you are idealistic, even though sometimes it gets you hurt. Okay, now we have the Primarch of the Salamanders, Vulkan. If the Lord of Drakes is your favorite Primarch, you're probably just an all-around nice person. You're the type that will help out anyone and everyone in need. You would give your last dollar to help feed a homeless person. You would rather take on the burden so others don't have to. You're protective. Ultimately, you're the type of person to stick by their values. You believe in helping people even when it's inconvenient. And I'd say that's a good virtue. Next up, we have the Primarch of the Raven Guard, Corvus Corax. If the Liberator is your favorite Primarch, you're brooding, but in a cool way, I promise. You're mysterious, but it's obvious you're not trying to be, so it doesn't come off as forced or manufactured, so it actually works for you. You are introverted and observant, if a bit idealistic. You hate bullies and oppressors, and always root for the underdog. You're way more sensitive and have a softer heart than you let on. Now, you enjoy and maybe even prefer solitude, but other people do enjoy your presence. When you do hang out with your friends, I feel like you probably sit out on the outskirts of the group, not really talking much, just enjoying their company, content with listening to what everyone else has been up to. And then when you do talk, it's probably the realest thing that's been said all night. Okay, that leaves us with the double Primarchs of the Alpha Legion, Alpharius and Omegon. If the twins are your favorite Primarch, you're probably really clever. I'd say your strongest trait is how adaptable you are. Your favorite media probably includes mystery novels and movies with twist endings. When people are paying too much attention to you, it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. You do not like the spotlight. You would much rather blend into the crowd. You're great at puzzles because you're good at seeing patterns that other people miss. You are frequently underestimated, but you like it that way. Because if the expectations are lower, it's much easier to always surpass them, ensuring that people are always happily surprised with you. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. It really does mean a lot. I know I say this every time, but I really do appreciate all of you. Let me know what you would like to see in the future in the comments, and until next time, Goblin out.